Hi guys, it's Wombat. Welcome to today's video where we are taking a look at the Roman diesel by MADster. Let's start by listening to the engine first. And after that very nice airgasm, let's have a look at the truck. Oh man, this Roman diesel by MADster brings tears to my eyes. I kid you not. It is just wonderful. And the main reason it's wonderful is because it is so authentic compared to the original 19T series from the 80s. This truck is very nice even on a low spec computer. It is created to be nice to a low spec computer. It has two chassis to choose from, a 4x2 and a 6x4. It has the original rims, hubs and covers for the wheels. The tires are the in-game tires. There's no original tires, but anyway. It comes with three engines. The original 130 horsepower, 215 horsepower and 256 horsepower engines. It has the original gearboxes or realistic gearboxes, two 6-speeds and a 12-speed. It has a fully animated interior. It has the original or realistic dashboard and the original add-ons and nothing more outside of that, and that is wonderful. You don't have the stupid 750 horsepower engine on top of everything and a 18-speed gearbox. None of that is here. You just have whatever the truck came with End of story, and I love it. The truck, as I've already said, is made by, or the 3D modeling of it is done by MADster. And you'll find MADster and all his mods on Facebook by searching for MADster's Mods Official. All in one word, MADster's Mods Official. Check it out, it's a great page on Facebook. The depths and testing is done by Cobra Blue 6. And last but definitely not least, the sounds, the original sounds on this truck is made by EVR Vaslier. And this truck sounds fantastic. I'll admit it sounds a little low in volume from the inside of the truck, but other than that, I love the sounds, and especially the wipers. It's just wonderful. It's almost like I wish it would rain more. That's how great it is. Now, before we dive into the history of Roman and especially then the 19T series, let's have a look at some more footage of this truck. Now, I'm not going to drag it back all the way to the Second World War. I'm going to start the history of the Romans with the event in 1969, where Brasov automobile plant had come to the conclusion that their trucks were outdated and that they no longer was able to compete in the market. In an attempt to quickly get back on the playing field, they struck a 15-year agreement with MAN, renamed themselves, and let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, Intreprenderea de Autocamionane Brasov. That sounded horrible, I know, and it's probably sounded more Italian than Roman, but hey, let's just abbreviate that as IAB. And IAB then started the company Roman. And yes, that name is a merge of Romanian and MAN, not just a short of sorts for the country's name. The German side gave to Romania 3 series of inline 6-cylinder diesel engines in 10 versions developed by the French Saviem, but in practice only 3 basic engines rated at 135, 215 and 256 horsepower were used. A few years later, Roman trucks were also branded as DAC trucks. All trucks built used cabs from MAN, the F8 series, and also the engines provided by MAN, even though DAC trucks for a while also used engines produced in-house. And in the early 1980s, the company developed their own diesel engines rated at 240, 280 and 320 horsepower, went beyond the scope of the licensing agreement and marked them with an additional R, and that is for Romanian. In 1984, when the licensing agreement with MAN ended, Roman was renamed DAC, but only for 6 years, until the government in 1990 decided to re-enter the Roman brand into the market as the company were introduced to the stock market. In 2004, the shareholders decided to shut down DAC, or in effect stop branding trucks as DAC trucks, hence the Roman and DAC trucks were practically identical by the time. At the peak, around 1978, Roman DAC produced some 35,000 trucks per year. Today, Roman produces less than 100 trucks. But the trucks produced are still remembered, and the 19T series symbolizes the peak of Roman technology up to 1984 with its 256 horsepower range, 19.256, including flatbed models like 19256DF with load capacity of 18.3 tons and a 6-speed manual transmission, the 15-ton dump truck 19256DFK with GVW of 25 tons, and tractor trucks 12.256 DFS with 12-speed manual gearbox and a sleeping cabin with a GCV of 38 tons and a maximum speed of 95 kilometers an hour. The 19T series were produced between 1980 and 1995. And for the most part, Roman trucks are easily identified by their name in the same way MAN trucks are. In the case of the 19.256, 19 stands for the tonnage of the flatbed truck version, and 256 is the engine size measured in horsepower. Letters are added to the model as follows. F means a truck with a cab over the engine design, K is a dump truck, S is a tractor truck, A is an all-wheel drive version, and D is a 3-axle vehicle. So technically I'm hauling in a Roman 19.256 FSD today. The mod is not specific on this, so I'm gonna say it's a 1980 model, but it's still only called a 19.256, so to me it's a bit unclear when the letters were actually used. The 19T series trucks was later also available as a 19.280, 380 and 410 version. The latter ones are produced after 1984, and externally they can be recognized by an increased size of the radiator grille and new front bumper with twin round headlights. Trucks were produced with wheel configurations from 4x2 to 8x4 with GVW of 7 to 38 tons. They were equipped with both old Romanian diesel engines starting at 120 to 320 horsepower, or imported MAN, Deutz, Renault, Caterpillar, Detroit diesel and Navistar engines rated at 110 to 450 horsepower, and multi-stage gearboxes were provided by ZF, Eaton, Spicer and Fuller. To my knowledge though, there is no 19.450, despite Roman and DAC importing 450 horsepower engines from Germany in the late 80s. And that is just about all I know about Roman trucks. So if we instead go back and focus on this mod, there's a couple of things I would like to mention. It is one of the 2 best truck mods I've seen in 2018 so far. You will not be disappointed by this one. Just download it and try it out for yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about. It is absolutely stunning. However, it's not completely flawless. As I said earlier, I think the engine sound is way too low inside the cab. And also the dashboard seems to lack a few dials. The one I'm missing the most is the fuel meter. I can't find it, and that might be because the second thing I think is a problem here is the steering wheel. I think the angle is wrong. I might be wrong, but I think the angle is wrong. So it could possibly be behind the wheel. I can't see it, but you know, that's really nothing to complain about. And that's the case with this truck. There isn't really anything you can complain about. It is bloody marvelous. So I want to thank MADster for making this truck not only available to us, but even making it available to us free. That's just fantastic. Thank you very much, MADster. And I hope for the next version that we might even see the 8x4. That would be great. You have the lighting and everything needed to make this truck look like a post 1984 truck, and since you have done all this work to get us there, perhaps you could also add the post 1984 engines for this truck. That's what I'm wishing for the future. When it comes to things you can do with the truck regarding modifications, I really don't see a need for anything beyond what we already see. Yeah, of course, always extra lights, beacons, horns like that. It's nice to have, and it would be nice if I could bring my girlfriend in the truck, of course, but I really don't need that. I'm more than happy with the truck as it is. So yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have to say about this truck. Other than, again, it is fantastic. And with that said, I'm gonna shut up and let you enjoy the rest of the haul. I hope you liked the video, guys, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye bye.